What's going on, everybody? My name is Wally, the Crypto Hunter, and today we have an AMA with CDN. So we're gonna be talking about Club Crow. Very interesting project, in my opinion. Obviously, not financial advice. So without any further interruption, let's bring up CDN. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, Waddy the Crypto Hunter, my man. Things are good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So, you
Hey,
want to tell me first a little bit about yourself, and then we could talk a little bit about the project.
yes, of course, I would love to. Hi, I am CDN Hodler. My name is Mike. You could call me CDN. It seems to be my Web3 name. I am I'm a 35-year-old living in Canada. I got some history in recruitment, marketing, adult education, high school education, elementary education, and dabbled into crypto back in, it wasn't too long ago, 2020, and got into NFTs, started hosting projects, built a Chronos Grind, which is like a community support platform, and that led us to finding ITK, who is the founder of Club Crow. And he came to us as him and his co-founder Ken, who both founded Club Crow, and they had this genius mechanism. And when they explained it to me, it was like hands down, there's no doubt I need to support these fellas. Um, that's the intro of how I got into Club Crow.
Okay. Um, Hold on, let me see. Wally, what's going on? Selmo, Bernie, thank you for being here, guys. So basically, introduce or unless you want to wait until ITK gets here, but can you elaborate a little bit more about the project? What is it about?
Yes, of course. I'll tell you how I got involved. Essentially, they came to me and they showed me this what they had, and what they had was they came up with this system which is based around a crypto.org validator, like a real validator that's securing the Kronos network. And based on this and his history in traditional finance and DeFi and NFTs, he came up with this mechanism such that we can take all the staking rewards from this validator and give it back to our members in a really sustainable way, such that every single week we can give away 15,000 Crow, no matter what, regardless of how low or high Crow is. And we could sustain this for 4 years based on everything um, being solidified with and on the backbone of the validator. And Wadi, get this though. If you never win one of the giveaways in the 4 years, we can offer a buyback. So whatever you minted it at, which is 5,000 Crow, if you never win, we'll give you that 5,000 back. And we're able to do that because it's backed by the validator, which is like the backbone of the network. So that's essentially what it came down to. And they had no like really art. He's gonna hate me for saying this, but he laughs about it. He doesn't have an art background, so like they're just two really genius guys. One a developer, one a financial guy. They're missing that, marketing and art element. So that's where I came in, where I kind of revamped it, rebranded it to what you see today.
Okay. Uh, Sorry, I got kids. Um, okay, so and more or less, how long ago did this project start?
So they've been working on it for, I mean, it took him months and months and months, close to a year to develop the mechanism. They started publicizing it, I want to say around June, and then I was brought on around July. The launch was early September. So it's been launched now it's minting currently on clubcro.fi. And I believe it was near the beginning of September that they launched. So it's currently minting. It's at 4% right now. Um, there are also 15 legendary, so 1% of the whole collection is a legendary. After each 100 mints, we're revealing the batches of NFTs, and one of those in each 100 mint is going to be a legendary. Uh, Completely identical in utility as the other ones, just a big flex in the aesthetics. Each one is like specifically themed and designed for specific dates, events, or people that are kind of important to Chronos or crypto in general.
Okay. Yeah, I see that over here says each week 3 members will share 15,000 crow. Every club crow number will include in weekly giveaway where they can 1.5x to 1x or 0.1x their purchase price.
That's it.
Very nice.
So every single week, buddy, first place is at 7,500 Crow. Second place is 5,000 Crow. Third place is 2,500 Crow every week, nonstop.
And it says every 2 year after the initial 4 year lock, um, you have an opt out. We guarantee up. And hold on, we got ITK in the house.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm so sorry I'm late, man. I had one of them issues that I just I couldn't avoid. A young lad who was screaming his little head off, so I had to get him to bed, and that type of thing has to be done right, as you know yourself. If you don't do it right the first time, it tends to reoccur.
Yeah, yeah, no, no worries, man. I have kids of my own, so I know
You
how it
you know the story.
My hands down rule. What's up, ITK? My hands down
What's
rule
up,
is
man?
family over everything. So anytime someone brings up family, no questions asked. It's okay. Step back. Do what you got to do.
is.
How you doing anyway, guys? You well? I've here come in and started interrupting.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Sir, I'll just catch you up. So I just took them through my background, how you introduced me to the project, and like the very general of what Club Crow is. We're just going through the weekly breakdown where first prize, second prize, third prize every week, nonstop.
Yeah, and basically, ITK, you can also introduce yourself, a little bit about yourself, and also let me know what's the idea of the project.
Yeah, so I'm ITK. I've been in financial services. I think I've said to people 10 years, but I actually checked the dates. It's more like 12. Um, I tend to not count my first 2 years of training and all of that, but yeah, got into financial services. Essentially just rose up the ladder there and worked my way to a position where I have my own financial services company now. Um, I suppose my kind of crypto history is I got into crypto in about 2016, maybe 2015, as an ETH miner. So, you know, excuse me, got on that Ethereum train very early. Uh, got a mind set up. Well, I mean, it started like everybody else. I tend to work in obsessions, So once I get into something, I can't kind of stop until I burrow right down to the end of it. So started off with one GPU mining, and that grew into a rig, and then that grew into 10 rigs, and then it just kept growing and growing, and you know was essentially an ETH and Bitcoin maxi for a very long time. Once Crypto.com came to the stage, I can't remember exactly when it was, but um, it was under MCO at the time, the MCO token. It ended up getting out of crypto altogether in late 2018. Um, an opportunity came available to me to make an investment, and I kind of felt, crypto had done its thing for me, and it got me to a place where I was able to make an investment that I personally didn't think I'd have been able to make, with just straight up from it from my own portfolio. So um got to that position and kind of always had my eye on crypto, and I couldn't stay away from it. I was having conversations with people back in, 2016, 2017, 2018 about how Ethereum was going to move to proof of stake, how you shouldn't get into mining in 2015, 16, lost cause, you'll be lucky to make your equipment costs back. So went through all of that, and it's surreal to even think about it, because one of the guys who actually who got me into crypto in the first place messaged me just last week and asked me had I made my mining equipment money back. That ETH was finally going proof of stake. Did you manage to clear your investment? But yeah, you know, did the whole ETH thing throughout the last, well, I don't mean the last bull run, the bull run before that, with ICOs, IPOs, all that kind of thing. Very much, became disillusioned with it, through the amount of scams that there were, through the amount of, we wouldn't have called it a rug pull back then. I don't even know what we would have called it, just straight up scam. A lot of kind of actors coming into the space with a new token or a new coin, looking for investment and making off in making off into the sunset with it. So had that type of experience myself back then. Came back to crypto and was looking at how to develop a project that people could kind of get behind from a community perspective. And with my experience in mining, I know what it takes to run a crypto mine, from a proof of work perspective. It's very different from a proof of stake. It's a totally different venture altogether. It's nowhere near as labor intensive. You don't have I mean, to be honest with you, if you're working on a proof of work coin, you tend to not actually know that much about crypto. You tend to learn an awful lot about thermodynamics and, airflow management and that type of thing. So it's a lot less crypto based than you'd actually think. But coming into going into Club Cro, essentially had the idea for it, how to create a community validator that the community could get behind and essentially own themselves.
Yeah.
And the importance of the voting rights that people have, that validators in particular have on that network. It was something that I saw as, being beneficial to the investors themselves. I wanted to take my own kind of expertise in traditional finance and kind of, I suppose, stamp them values onto crypto, not crypto, but NFTs, and particularly NFTs in the form of crypto validators. So, we took a few lessons from what I've learned personally from mining, a few lessons from what I've learned personally from crypto, from traditional finance, and our lead dev, Crypto Ken. I didn't really know where to go with the project, so
Okay.
I went to Ken and basically said, "Look, I've got an idea here. I've done the math. It works. I don't know the first thing about NFTs, and that's the truth. I say that straight out. I understand the technology, and I understand the proof of ownership behind it. What I didn't understand when I looked at the implication of that was, I'd say not the implication, the application of it was, why was it being used for JPEGs and not memberships? Why wasn't it being used as a proof of actual ownership of something? So, it was to try and cross that bridge and bring a kind of a use case that was a little bit different to what had been done before, and use my own traditional background in traditional finance to try and make something sustainable. So, Crypto Ken picked it up, and he took the technical side of things with the NFT. And, then we partnered up with Cronus Grind and CDN and Lane Low, and just kind of took off from there. So we're coming into our third week of minting now. So we're 2.5 weeks in, and it's slow. There's no doubt about that. But it's an expensive mint. It's something that people need to look at as an investment, rather than as a quick flip. It's an asset-backed NFT. It's not something that I don't feel it's worth 5,001 CRO. I also don't feel it's worth 4,999 CRO. It's worth 5,000 CRO. That's what it is, and that's the way it's been designed.
Okay, so basically, how many in the team altogether?
In the team altogether, we have myself, ITK. We have Crypto Ken, our lead dev. We have CN Chronos Grind, and we have Lane Low. So there's 4 of us at the moment.
Okay. And well, I already asked CDN, but more or less, how long have you guys been working on this project?
Oh yeah, so I mean, how long is a piece of string? The reality of it is, this project started the day I got into financial services. It's kind of a culmination of things I've learned over that time. When did I personally first put pen to paper on it? Early November last year. So it's nearly been a year in the making, from a working out the mechanism, working out what the right strategies are to go forward with it, making partnerships, coming from essentially working on myself at home on my laptop to working with other individuals, working with Ken on how the coding will work behind everything. It's fully automated. So, I feel anyway, personally, that the type of project that we're running shouldn't be run by an individual themselves. It needs to be coded out, because, you cannot have a single point of failure in a project like this. There's just too much power. So we got Ken to code absolutely every action out. So essentially, at the end of the day, someone will, on the first draw, have to click a button, and everything just executes from there. But yeah, so I suppose November really is the answer. November last year.
All right. No, and I'm actually impressed that I see you guys also got a white paper already mapped out.
Oh yeah, I mean the white paper was something we didn't even want to launch the website without. It just felt, it's not an overly complex project. When someone talks you through it, but it takes time to talk you through it, and it takes even longer for people to read a white paper, and people don't want to read white papers. They want to be told what's happening. So mediums like this are just great for me.
Yeah, yeah.
My problem, Wally, is I can talk all bloody day. So you're gonna have to control me and tell me.
Oh no,
So,
no, no.
yeah.
Actually, it's when we have an hour to kill. I just let you talk away. Because at the end of the day, I want to know as much as about you and as your project and see the end here as possible, because that's the purpose of AMA.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so we could figure out basically what is your mindset, what is it that you want to do, what is your vision, and just spread the word.
Yeah. So I mean, my own personal vision, I suppose it comes from again my. Hey, is that Rowena? How you doing? long
Oh
long
man,
time no talk.
Rowena seems to know everybody from what I noticed. Hey, Rowena, Betty, I seen a couple of fellas, DNA, Selmo, everyone in the chat. Hello, thank
Great,
you
man.
for being here.
That's great to see some familiar faces. But yeah, I suppose my own personal kind of my own personal ideology, I suppose, is one of decentralization. That's what attracted me to crypto in the first place. Um, You know, I've studied economic policy, I've studied monetary policy, I've studied fiscal policy. These are all very boring things. As I said to Lane Lowe, all the things I'm good at are all the things nobody wants to hear about. Um, but you know, uh, I'm very disillusioned with our financial system. That led me to Bitcoin. Um, then when I saw the capabilities of what ETH could do or what ETH said it could do, I said, my God, you know, that's unbelievable. We're going to have to get on that. Then when I found out all these things could be done as an individual, as a part of a decentralized network that couldn't be shut down, I thought, my God, you know, dream come true. How do I sign up? Um, from there, you know, you, we're kind of limited in the technology we have, in the sense that we didn't have too many choices on where to go to do something like this, because of the centralization, or the already decentralization of certain chains. So when I looked at the Cosmos infrastructure and the SDK based chains, it's just perfect. It's literally made for this. The problem is it's not happening. You know, it was set up in a fashion that it was put out for people, you know, to take the roles that we're trying to take. Um, the people didn't do it, so companies did, you know, and then companies grew and grew. It's like with the if you take a look at the top, now I don't know the exact statistic on it, but the last time I checked it, which was a couple of weeks ago, 9 out of the top 11 validators on the CRO network were ran by Crypto.com,
Okay.
and they have over 52% of the total voting power on the network. Uh, that to me isn't decentralization. You know, that to me isn't the reason behind cryptocurrency. They've made the technology available for all of us, you know, not just me, for everyone to
Hey,
run a
Wadi,
node.
let's sort of cut you off, ITK. Wadi, I just sent
Yeah.
you the link. If you click that, it'll bring us to the list of top validators.
All right. I got you right now. Let me go. Wait,
I think
which
it's like
one? This one?
that bottom link right there. Yeah,
So you have Jerry's pool up there, which I think everybody knows. Jerry is a great guy.
yeah, number 6.
Yeah, he's at number 6 as well. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah. So I mean, the further you scroll, it gets a little bit more decentralized, but the numbers also drop drastically. Um, to get into the top 100, you need about 3.2 million grow. What are we looking at there? 458 million for the top validator.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's ever going to touch that. Club Crow is just a start. If you want a decentralized chain, you can't give one entity, one company, one NFT project all the power and all the say. It's just something, you know, it's something that I believe in anyway. I personally don't feel I could ever even make a decision for a Club Crow member, not mine for an entire network. It's something that the network should decide for itself. You know, if any contract changes need to happen on CRO, who decides whether it does or it doesn't? Well, CDC do.
Okay.
So part of the other thing, Wadi, that we do is because we have ownership of this validator, that entitles us to voting rights for any governance that the chain does. And as a Club Crow project, we're going to be empowering the community's voice in those votes. So we're going to make like easily accessible on-chain voting available for all the members in the chance of any of those governance periods.
Okay. Now, just quick question, because when you go mint one of the Club Crow, you're minting a ticket or
Yeah, so you're minting a membership NFT. So it's specifically called a membership in the same way that that 150,000 Cro is specifically called a giveaway. There's particular terms that we're not allowed to use that are regulated terms. The likes of raffle, the likes of subscription, lotto. They're all regulated terms which we can't use because it's not what we're doing. We're doing giveaways for a membership. So the actual NFT itself, the front of it is my profile picture there. It's I'll let CDN talk you through the NFT design.
So it started off as just a regular, like carnival style ticket, 2D, um, but we wanted it a bit spiffier, so we've totally revamped it. It's going to be like a total 3D, um, fully rotating, seamless loop, high definition NFT card, similar to the look of a normal Visa card, but ours is going to say Club Crow Elite, and on the back it's going to have a funky little design on it. And each one has a specific NFT number, and that number is going to be what we draw for the weekly winnings.
Oh, nice. So then, and what are the min price? If I apologize if you already said it, but what's the
Yeah.
min price on it now?
So the main price isn't going to change. It's 5,000 Cro. We're not going to expand the membership either. It's going to be 1,500. So essentially, it's a 1,500 mint. It's 5,000 CRO, 7.5 million Cro. The breakdown of how that Cro is used is quite simple. It's there's a 7.5% founders fee, of which any kind of marketing or any fees we pay will come directly out of that. The There's a 1%. Essentially, what we wanted to do was we wanted to not use the. It's difficult to compensate people for the support that they've shown the likes of us, without being essentially accused of having that person shield your project. The likes of yourself, Waddy, you're not being paid to have us here now, okay? But we wanted to try and work a system where we could reward the individuals who kind of believed in us and gave us a voice. So we put a referral program in, which is 1% of the entire mint. And basically all you do is you send your OX to CDN. He gets a referral code done for you. And essentially anyone who uses your referral link to mint the NFT, it's you will receive 100 Cro for every individual who uses your link on mint out.
Oh wow!
So that's 1%. The next 2% is then the 150,000 Cro giveaway. And the balancing 89.5% is directly into the validator. So all of the rest of the fund goes into the validator.
Wow, that I mean, pretty much that is impressive right there. Having your own referral link to, and that's cool. I'm speechless.
Well, I mean, we just didn't know. Like, I mean, we could come out and say, look, we'll pay people 500 Cro to go on their channel and kind of talk about our project, and then you get the backlash for that because you received money without telling someone, and there was all this kind of thing going on in the Cro fam where who was getting paid, who wasn't getting paid. Do they actually have an interest in that project, or was it just that someone offered them a bag of cash?
Yeah,
So we.
I've been through that with other projects. So my aim, or like I like to say, I like to help others. I feel like that's something that in the space it's necessary. The only thing that I ask whatever project owner it is, as long as you're here to stay on the long run, I don't mind. But
Yeah.
if you're here just for a quick money grab, then that's when you and I will have an issue. Because,
Yeah, I think the one of the major things that people kind of had an issue with the project. I mean, I wanted it. You can bash this one out with their lead Ken. I actually wanted it to be an 8-year lock-in. And he was saying
Yeah.
8 years, just impossible. Stop thinking that way. It's just not going to happen. You're just going to shoot yourself in the foot before you even get off the bridge. Um, so we toned it down to a 4 year lock in. So the crow that backs the NFT will be locked in the validator for a period of 4 years. Now there will be a secondary market available to anybody who wants to actually get out of the project, or maybe they voted the opposite way everybody else on the project, all the other members, and they don't like the way we're voting, or they need liquidity or something like that. I mean, look, it's 101 reasons somebody sells an NFT. So we wanted that to be available to them. So, the secondary market is there for that. But with regard to the project itself, all funds will be locked in the validator for a period of 4 years, a minimum of 4 years. So, our roadmap goes out a lot longer than most. I think you're muted there, man.
Yeah, sorry, I'm muting myself because, like I said, my mom decided to pick the wrong time to do dishes, and all you hear is that. Yeah. Um. So no, I was gonna ask how many tickets are available,
Yeah,
or
1,500.
1,500. That's it. No
Yeah,
more, no less.
no more, no less. Yeah. We also, I don't know if CDN filled you in on this. We have 15 legendaries as well. So we made 1% of the project legendary NFTs.
Okay.
Just to kind of give a little bit of, I'm not a fun guy. I'm a numbers guy, and I got a lot of stick from a lot of people. Are they all the exact same thing, And the answer is yes, they are, except for 1% of them. The guys wanted to put in, it was actually in a conversation with Elder Carl from the Boomers where he said, like, he had the one regret that he had was that he hadn't put the very first iteration that he ever drew of the Boomers in as an NFT. And when we heard that, we said, look, learn from the mistakes of the people that went before you. So we originally created one NFT that was different to all the rest, that had the terrible design of the ticket stub on the back of the card. And we kind of grew from there into, look, we'll build out 1% of the project to look totally different. So we structured that around particular numbers that had significance to the Pro A.M A, whether it was, obviously number one, number seven, that type of thing. And them legendaries will be revealed every 100 mints. So there's one every 100 will be a legendary. We had to do something for the 420 crowd.
Nice.
There's 420. There's one dedicated to Chronos as the chain. There's a ton. If you check out Chronos Grind on TikTok, there's actually a few um, sneak peeks of legendaries on the TikTok there. I sent you the link, Wadi. But yeah, that's what we are and what we do. It's going to be really fun to do when we're doing those weekly giveaways week after week. And I mean, because it's a 4 year project, we're diamond handing Crow. We're Crow long. So I mean,
Yeah.
we hope, not financial advice obviously, but we do expect Crow to go back up at some point. And just imagine being that project that gets to give out 15,000 Crow weekly when Crow's hitting all-time highs again. Like that's gonna be so fun. So we're going to be doing weekly spaces where we're going to be announcing the winners. We have cocktail spaces every Friday currently, where we can meet the members, people who minted, people who want to mint, anyone who wants to come and meet the Club Crow team every Friday around. We'll switch it up, usually around 3 to 5 p.m. You could find us in there. We're actually doing a poker tournament this upcoming Friday with 6 other projects on Chronos. We have World
Oh
of
wow.
Cats, we have Hidden Fish DAO, Chronos Primate Business, Spiteful Sea Club, Troopers, all doing this poker tournament. So if you want to register to that, it's open to everybody. There's amazing prizes. Our information and the link to join that is in our Discord. Everything you'll need information wise, roadmap, all in our Discord, all on our Twitter. Those are our two main communication sources. But those are some of the things to look forward to in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, the whole tournament, the poker tournament thing, that's also a great idea. And let me just answer this real quick. Burning Bro, what exactly are you trying to say? Huh. All right. And no, I mean, it sounds interesting. Like, really, especially the fact that you guys already have experience with what you're doing, and it's more of a giveaway situation just for minting an NFT. Now, let me ask you this: are you able to win like once or twice in a row?
Oh yes. It's so you can't you how it works is if you win, your NFT will automatically be put on hold for 4 giveaways, and then after those 4 giveaways, you'll be re-entered, and that's just to allow for more members to win. But yeah, essentially, if you're lucky, you could win. I mean, as many times as you get lucky.
I think the kind of the main difference in
So,
what
so
we're
hold
go,
on.
go ahead.
Let me get this straight. So basically, you just won, right? And then, like, your NFT is put on hold, wait like 4 turns, and then you get to re-enter again.
Yeah, so the thing that makes us different is the buyback guarantee. So essentially, your CRO goes into the validator. Um, you know, if you win first or second place prize any week, you no longer qualify for our buyback guarantee. So you've either made money or you've broken even. Okay, so
Okay.
you no longer qualify for the buyback guarantee if you win first or second, right? But after that, after a period of 4 weeks, 4 draws, you're back in the draws to win again. So you have multiple chances. Everybody has multiple chances. Um, After the period of 4 years, should you not have won a prize? So if you haven't won first or second, third place is still eligible for the buyback guarantee. Um, so should you not have won a prize, you can essentially unmint your NFT. So you, we'll take the NFT back and we'll give you your 5,000 grow back.
Wow.
So it's a long-term hold strategy. It's kind of a utility for your coins that are just sitting around. Um, you know, it's a chance to be a part of the network itself. And part of a community that, I mean, I know I've gotten utility out of the Discord already with just like coming up to the merge and kind of different investment strategies around the merge and what coins to look at and that type of thing. Um, there was some serious gains already in a serious bear market, just from talking. Talking to people who have experience with it. Um, it's something I did expect. I did expect that level of expertise in there. We seem to have attracted a lot of project leaders. To be honest, there's also a kind of what I'll call a hidden utility. It's a utility that kind of grew out of us looking at other NFT projects and kind of saying, well, what would we do differently? One of the things we have in the Discord is a verification bot, so you connect your wallet to the Club Cro Verify bot, and
Okay.
you verify your ownership of the NFT, which allows you access to different channels. We found that when we did that, other project managers were coming to us saying, you know, can we have one of them, basically, and we're saying, yeah, look, if you support Club Pro, will go in, will create your Discord bot for verifying people's NFTs and their ownership of that NFT. So it's kind of another hidden little utility.
And the history behind that, Wadi, is I don't know if you know about building on Chronos, but um, it's not like collab land on Ethereum for Discord where you could easily connect your wallet. There isn't currently a function to connect to a Chronos wallet. So any Discord verify bot currently has to be custom built or given by a friend if you have a mod. But um, so many Discords are in need of this. So this is just a way of blessing the community, blessing the Crow fan.
Yeah. Um. I mean, like I said, the project definitely sounds interesting because especially the part like if you would have told me everybody gets to re-enter all the time and participate, then it honestly speaking, it would have sounded a little weird. But the fact that you're also trying to keep the project for everyone to get a chance to win, that's brilliant in my opinion. And like that, as far as also what you were saying earlier, like people holding on to Crow. Obviously, as a content creator, I have to protect myself and say not financial advice. Now, solely my opinion, Crow has a very nice, bright future. If you do your research, obviously you see why I say that. But like I said, I mean, it is a very interesting project that so far, if there is any close to it, I think there was one that has a giveaway system, but not exactly like this, which is Team Mustachio. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah, yeah. So theirs is based on secondary revenue alone. So
Mhm.
that hasn't proven to be a very sustaining method at all on Chronos because it's still quite a small pond and secondary markets aren't very fruitful as of yet. So um, ours because it's based on something that is a little bit more sustainable, like the validators.
Yeah,
You do get those bigger rewards and more sustainable rewards, and then we get into the opportunity to get buybacks, and it just becomes so nice. And yeah, if you're long on Crow and you're hopeful for Chronos, I mean, you should be staking long term as part of your portfolio. It helps secure the network, and then when you do that, you have a choice of where to stake it. You could stake it with, you know, crypto.com's validators and become part of that whole centralized machine, or you could join a community. And so far, we're the, we're the only community doing what we're doing on Chronos. That's for damn sure. It's refreshing. It's new. Like in a world of NFTs that currently are lacking in innovation, and like this is a total refreshing change to anything on Chronos right now.
yeah.
It's
Now,
just that the one thing that I found in any investment, crypto seems to have one major difference to any other market, and it's simply people's inability to wait for gains. If you bought Bitcoin 4 years ago, everything would be just fine. Um, if you bought Crow 4 years ago, you're still fine. The problem is, in the meantime, you know, it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of investing experience to make a decision, stick with it for 4 years, and do nothing else. To sit on your hands, to stop looking at that token over there that you think could 100x that ends up rugging, or that token that does 50x and then goes all the way right back down again and goes minus 50%. And it's one of them worlds where you can get extremely lucky by doing that. But the traditional values of investing, of dollar cost averaging, of putting an investment thesis in place and sticking to it. They're no different in crypto than in any other market. If someone IRL came to me and said, I want to make an investment and I want this kind of growth and I want to do it in 1 year, I'd say, I'm not the right person for you. Go find someone else. It's just not something that's realistic. If you're talking about it taking 4 to 5 years, then because you're extending the duration, you're automatically reducing the return that's needed year on year compounding. So you're reducing the risk. If you do it over 10 years, you reduce the risk even further, and that is the basis of why you invest in specific investments. Um, if people are investing in crypto and are planning to do so, for a period of 4 years, we're the project for you. If you're looking for a 50x gain, we're definitely not. We're not promising that type of return. The NFT itself, as I said already, is worth 5,000 Cro, not 5,001 or 4,999. It is what it is, and so some people like it, some people don't. Uh, we're gonna stick by our plan,
Okay. Um. Wait 1 second. I just got a message from the other person I'm supposed to interview. But no, okay, it makes sense. And as far as tokens, man, like I think everybody that has been in crypto more than a year has went through the rug pull or the deception of another project. So,
And
um,
the longer you stay in crypto, if it hasn't happened to you, congratulations.
yeah,
The longer you stay in it, um, it's bound to happen at some stage.
yeah,
Just be
yeah.
careful out there.
No,
It's
like
it's a
I
minefield.
I tell one of my friends, look, man, if you haven't been rugged, you're not in crypto yet. You're still a newborn baby trying to learn how to walk or crawl, and it's just funny. People laugh when I say it that way, but it's the truth. Like I consider myself to be very knowledgeable when it comes to project and crypto. This whole NFT thing is kind of new to me. I'm not gonna lie, but if you want to talk to me about blue chips and some meme coins, not all, but mainly my strong suit is blue chips.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, even to go, out. I mean, my own portfolio. I think I have one. I have two coins outside the top 100. I have one coin outside the top 300, and they're very small positions. You know, they're darts. Just throwing a dart and saying like, look, I think I like the the ideology behind that one. Or a particular play for maybe 6 months or a year on that one. Based on mainly social narratives and market narratives. But my main investment thesis, I think myself and CDN talked about this last night. I think I'm in maybe 7 coins. You could name them very, very easily. There's no great mystery behind them. Um, and I don't think look, we're everyday investors at the end of the day. When you boil it all down, no one can manage a portfolio of 15 different coins. No one can rebalance, what position or what exposure they have to them coins on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, um, and rebalance their portfolio correctly and weight it properly. You know, if you're going over 10 coins, in my opinion, you're starting to lose the run of it. Get back to the basics, get back to what you know.
yeah, no, and not only that, like I made the mistake in the beginning when I started joining crypto. I had like a portfolio that I wouldn't even call it a portfolio because I had like about 60 coins, just
60.
6 0, and that I thought everything would just, make sense, and I hold, and then it was kind of funny because
It's a
then
shotgun move.
my portfolio, one side was going up, the other side was going out, down, so it made it like horrible for me to actually keep track of it. And one day I said, you know what? I'm just gonna sell everything, and I did. I mean, it sucked that after I sold everything, the bull market decided to kick in full force, and yeah, story of my life, pretty much.
You've taken the right approach, though. There may have been, if you had held on to a particular nonsense coin for another 2 weeks, you would have done better. But there's two different approaches you can take to crypto. You go with that kind of, as CDN called it, the shotgun approach. I'm into headshots. Not a spray of bullets in all directions from a machine gun or from a shotgun. Give me 6 or 7 shots. Let me take them. And 6 or 7 headshots. It's in my opinion. You know, from a traditional perspective, you can scatter your money across the markets. Even look at the S&P 500. It's not the S&P 500. Look into what the actual weighting in the S&P 500 is. There's about 7 or 8 companies, and then there's about 492 others that have 1%, 1%, half a percent, 0.002%, 0.0001%. There's about 8 companies that are actually worth investing in it.
No, so basically, how long? You say you've been in the financial market?
Yeah, I have a financial consultancy myself. I've been, I mean, I've only had that since about 2014.
Oh,
Um, but I've been in financial services since uh, is it 2009, 2010. So I'm around the block of it a little bit. I kind of came into it when the world was falling apart, earned my stripes and picking up the pieces and trying to put people's lives back together. Really, to be honest with you, it was less of a mathematical issue; it was more of an emotional one. But came through that, and you know, have had the last 10 years of, I suppose, rising markets, and looking at even what's happening with the Fed at the moment. You're looking at rampant inflation. You're looking at interest rates rising, energy costs rising. It's no different in the States than it is in Europe, except you've acted faster. Europe has acted a lot slower. We're probably looking at, you know, double the rises you were looking at today in each go. You know, so it's gonna be an interesting couple of years, I think.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I've been in finance since, it's about 2009.
Wow. Now, one of the questions that I was gonna say, as far as back to the project, what is basically your marketing strategy? Because one thing I noticed about whatever project it is, whether it's crypto or whether it's NFT, is just working on the marketing. I feel like when projects die out on marketing, the hype dies out, which means no buys, no sell, volume dies out.
Yeah, the marketing has to be totally different because we are, you know, 4 years at the minimum long. So,
Okay.
we're not committed to doing these big hype runs where we're trying to moonshot our mints and build the FOMO, because that just ends up in people flooring it later on. So like we're setting up right now, essentially how we want it to be running for the 4 years, where we're going to be holding weekly spaces at the minimum for a chance to engage with everybody. But we're community based, right? So we're going to be leaning on the community heavily in getting the word out because it's a community validator in the end. So getting these project leaders, getting these projects who have community wallets and DAOs, trying to empower them into getting onto Club Crow, because if they hold it as a DAO, like that's a great long-term investment for a DAO. I was part of the community organizers for a project that had a community wallet. And when we were establishing the portfolio for how to invest the community funds, I mean, when we were looking at the long term options, there weren't very many. Like there's staking on a validator, and then it's like the options are very slim. So now at least projects like that have this really viable option of a long term strategy for investing that's going to help secure the network that they decided to launch on. So leaning on people like that. We also want to lean on those affiliates. So we have over 35 affiliates who have referral codes, who could be earning 100 Crow for every mint that they get through the referral code. So it's a community-based, long-term kind of marketing scheme, trying to avoid the FOMO and hype. Um, and it's just slowing down, and it's giving us a chance to like really get to know our members more deeply. And because I mean, if we're going to be in a project together for the long term, we should get to know each other. So it's been really nice in that sense, and different, and again
Yeah.
refreshing, right?
Okay. I mean, it's just one of the questions I like to ask. Well, me personally, because like I explained, some projects they have great ideas and it could turn out to be something great. But when it comes to marketing strategy, they got to work on that big time. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I was just seeing right here the 15,000 crow how it would be split. The first prize would be the 7,500. Second prize 5,000, and the third prize will be 2,500.
That's
So
it, buddy. So and then you can see on the left all the other things that you're getting. So you're
yeah,
getting
I
the
see it
top
here.
60 validator.
Topical validator, the first asset back NFT, 15 legendary, a new long term DeFi option, weekly giveaway. So,
Guys, sorry to interrupt there. I really have to run. I just have to take care of something at home.
oh, no, no, it's all right.
Waddy,
Okay,
really
usually,
appreciate you having me, man. Really appreciate it, and thanks for giving us the opportunity to talk about the project. Really appreciate it. I'm really sorry I was late, and now I have to go early. I'm really sorry.
no, it's all right,
This can't be
man.
avoided.
Actually, we're about to end in like another minute and 20 seconds, so it's all right. Thank you for
And
being here. Thank
and
you.
shout out to everybody who listened in. Much appreciate you guys. You could have been anywhere listening to anything, and really appreciate you being here and listening to us. All right. Catch us in the
All right,
Discord. You can get us on Twitter, all the usual socials.
all
Take care,
right.
buddy.
Take care, guys.
Okay, I'll see you around, man. Uh, uh, See the end. So
Hey,
basically,
hey.
you'll complete the 1 minute that's left.
That's it. So what you're looking at there, that's just the still image version of the what the NFT actually is. So that's going to be fully rotating. That's just the PNG, but the
Okay.
GIF or MP4 version is a perfectly turning card. So that's it. It's 5,000 Crow. We're minting on our website, clubcrow.fi. I don't know if he mentioned, but both the founders are doxed and they're also
Yeah.
KYC'd through Abisa's Bay. Um, yeah, let's get out and mint. Join the Discord, join the Twitter. Make sure you're following us. You're a rock star. Thank you so much. It's been a great convo, buddy. Thank you for all the listeners who tuned in. Much love. We have
No,
our
no problem, man.
cocktail space
Actually,
hours every Friday. Let's show up to that. Wadi, you're invited.
thank you. I appreciate that. Everyone that's in the chat or whoever's gonna watch the video later on, The link to Club Crow the 5 is in the video description. So give them a shout out, give them a quick look, and hey, always do your own research. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, CDN. And I believe that it's it. Any last words before ending?
Just a big shout out to everyone. Love you all. Keep building. We'll get through this. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
So have a good one, everyone.